It says desktop. Okay. Are you all aware that there is a new workbook on the group? The website's been updated, so basically there's not so much on there. You've got your on steps online, okay, your catalogues. It's a bit slow. There you go. And your system is now just your workbook, and the workbook is really comprehensive. All right, so you need to download that at some stage. Okay. So, where am I? I don't know what I'm doing. Nothing new there, people say.
Done the swine.
Right. Okay. So let's go to the beginning. Let's get rid of that. No. That's it. Slideshow. From beginning. Okay, everybody. So today is the 25th of January 2018. And as the company's logo is this year, Stronger Together. It's great because we placed our order Tuesday night at about 8:30, I think it was. And now it's up to 9:15. You got delivery Thursday morning, which we got at 7:30 this morning. So it's less than that. It's just over a day and a bit.
Yeah, I placed mine on Wednesday evening, and it's due in the morning. So yeah,
Brilliant. So it's getting right. So have you all seen the ability to qualify for Vegas?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Great. Okay. So upcoming events, we've got Summer Showcase on the 2nd of June at Cheltenham Racecourse. And then the big one, the Christmas launch of the Christmas catalogue and everything else on the 1st of September.
Sorry.
We've also got workshops around the country. Bristol 4th Feb. And the 28th and 25th of February is at Barnsley. Okay. Now we're holding a home meeting, as I said the other day, at our house at on the 11th of February at 2 p.m. Informal, but we want to start going through, the 10 steps in detail for those that can make it. And what we were saying we were doing starting this year is going back to basics and visiting the business and what we should be doing right, etc., etc. And today, I wanted to cover off a very interesting thing. Why do people join us? Why do people join this business? Now, it's a rhetorical question. Okay, first of all, for some people, it's just pocket money. Extra 50 quid a week. All right? And those people won't be around long term because they'll just want to do it while they need the money. For some, they treat it as a full-time job and they'll be earning £200 to £600 a week and they'll just be retailing. The problem is that if they have an illness, like for instance, flu's coming around at the moment, I know a lot of people have had flu, or something happens, or they take time off, their income disappears. Whilst a few stay in business. Oh, okay. Wasn't sure it was somebody coming on or not. Okay. Yeah, and they're looking to make £250 to £1,000 a week, but they're looking for long-term financial independence. So, ask the question, why do people join? Therefore, why do people leave? It could be various reasons. And it's because they only see it as pocket money or a job, and that's all they see it. That's all they see it for. And people change jobs and people change this, that, and the other. Myself and Sham never saw it as pocket money, always never saw it as a job. because we were looking for something that would give us substantial income. All right. Now, here's a question for all of you, and I would like you to think about this. If you had the option of working hard for a boss for 45 years, which is what the plan is in the UK, you know, you leave school, university, whatever, 20, work till you're 65, 67, or you could work hard for yourself for just 2 to 5 years, which one would you choose? Which would you choose, Roger?
Well, number 2.
Okay. Kez?
2 to 5 years.
Joanna?
2 to 5, but I would work hard if it would mean having a job in my degree.
Yep. Esther? And Georgina? I can't see you. Yep. So the problem is, a job is what most people, hang on, chat from 2 to 5 years. The problem is a job is what most people think they should have. Okay. And don't realise there's another way. That's down to us to educate our team and people we speak to. Okay. You need to expose them to the bigger picture. Now, what is the bigger picture? Well, this was in The Guardian just a few weeks ago. The richest 1% have half of the world's wealth. So the richest 1% own more than the rest of the 99% of the world. Now, do they do that by working for a boss? Okay. Now, most people, if asked, I believe, would say they'd like to be rich. Anybody who's on here tonight like to be rich? Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
Okay. How do I know? Well, you only have to look around you. How much money is spent weekly on the National Lottery, on scratch cards, on sports betting? And these are all not surefire things, but people will spend lots of money on these things, won't they? And they spend it regularly, week after week after week, with a hope. So, can you get rich working in a job? No? Yes?
No.
No, because the person that's employing you is the one that's aiming to use your hours to make him money or her money. So the way that people make riches is from owning or investing in a successful business. You might be very lucky and put some money into Microsoft before it started, or Google before it started, or something like that. But you know, there's no guarantee. Right? So, can most people own their own business, etc., etc.? Now, most people don't believe they can. But with our business, we can show them a way. And this is how we do it. And I just want to go through and reiterate to you what's available, because people don't understand about leveraging your time. Because I get in loads of people, oh, I don't have the time. I don't have the time. Right, just over broke. That's what a job is, J-O-B, just over broke. Now, Joanna joins the business and she introduces 2 people into her team. And she works for those 2 people and she helps them introduce 2 people who introduce 2, introduce 2, introduce 2, introduce 2, and ends up with 126 people, which is fantastic. However, Georgina opens up the business and she signs in 3 people. And she teaches those 3 to sign in 3, and so on. And she ends up with 1,092 people. Now, there seems to be a big disparity in numbers here, but all Georgina's done is introduced 1 more person. That's it. But work with those 3 to help them get 3, and so on. So as it multiplies, it makes a massive difference, but it's a minute difference. And that is what's in our business. Just doing a minute change can affect your business massively. So let's imagine somebody had that job and they worked for 50 weeks in a year. I'm doing it in round figures because it's easier to multiply. And they worked for 40 hours a week, which people love doing. That's 2,000 hours, working hours per year is what most people benefit from in a job. So if you're being paid £8 an hour, you're on 16 grand a year. And so on. Now, if, however, you spent 5 years networking and you have that 3x3x3, and you each only worked for 2 hours a day, that's 2 hours a day, you would benefit from having 2,000 hours being worked in your business every day. In other words, 1 year's productivity every day. So in a month, you're more or less getting most of your working life in regards to productivity. And people can't get their head around that. Now, here's the big thing. If you had 1,000 people and each of them sold £1,000 in 6 months, now for the benefit of everybody else, who here has done just put your hand up if you've done £1,000 in a month? Okay. All right.
Hey.
Yeah. Okay. So we're talking about £1,000 in 6 months. So that's easy. You would turn over £2 million per annum in your business, and you'd be earning between £6,000 and £7,000 a month. Now, it isn't easy. It's a hard work and education, but it's for small amounts of time. Okay. As I said, we'll pay you a minimum of 7 grand a month. So I'm going to show you how that works, just so you appreciate it. Okay. And I want to use this example here of somebody doing £250 worth of orders, 4-week volume. So you do £1,000 worth of retail. Let's move you out of the way. Okay. When you're organised, that would do 10 to 15 hours a week. And you'd earn yourself about 270 quid. All right. And that's you on your own. But if you taught 10 people how to do the same as what you've done, because if you've done something, you can teach somebody else how to copy what you've done. You now have group turnover of £11,000. Now, each of the distributors in your team is on their own 10% bonus. But the company recognised that you have increased the company's turnover. Adam. Hello, Adam. And his children.
Go on, get your dinner.
I'm just going to mute Adam a minute. You as a team leader are now on 24% bonus. All right. So you earn the differential as a coaching bonus, which is 14%. Your average income now is £1,300 every 4 weeks. Now, I would say to you that most people, if they had an extra £1,300 every 4 weeks coming in, would change their lives a little bit. Yeah. Then just help one of your team to develop their own team. And here we've got is Andy, let's say helping, well, let's say Georgina's helping Joanna. And she helps them get to £7,000 worth of turnover. And they're on now. Joanna is now on 21% bonus. Georgina's on 24%. And she gets paid the difference, which in this case is 3%. She did get 14% of 1,000 when Joanna was on 1,000. But now she's getting a smaller percentage, but it's a bigger pot. So both Joanna and Georgina are going to be making more money. It's a win-win situation. Now, eventually that person is going to get to the same level. Gold distributor. 24% minus 24% means they get 0. Well, the company says that's not very fair. If you've helped this person, we should pay you something for it. So what they do is they give you a pay rise. They'll pay you 4% of their business turnover for the rest of your life, as long as you're in the business and they're in the business. And obviously they're a gold distributor. Once you've done it once, you can help somebody else do it. And you get an extra bonus of 3%. Now, this is where it starts to get interesting. All we're doing is helping people make some money. You get paid 7% on each of those businesses now. And that'll earn you £2,000 a month. That is why we joined the business. Because we could see a way, part-time, where I could replace my full-time income. And we did that within 12 months. And that was pre-internet. Right? Now, for every new business that you help build, you can earn around £1,000 a month. 3 businesses will give you £3,000. 4 businesses will give you £4,000. And 5 businesses will give you £5,000 a month. That's £60,000 per annum, part-time. Is there anybody out there that might be interested, that you speak to, that might be interested in this £60,000 a year income?
1 or 2.
Yes,
Did
expand
you
to
tell them that?
Portugal.
Pardon?
Yes, expand to Portugal, please.
Yeah. The thing is, we don't tell them that. We introduce them and we show them how to make 50 or 100 quid a week, don't we?
Mm-hmm.
And we do show a very small example when we show them the business of how to make, £1,500 a month or thereabouts. So how big can it get? You can also get foreign trips. We've been to Australia, we've been to Arizona, and we've had team members go all over the place as well. Once you become a gold, you qualify for 10 kits once you hold it for 6 months. Might not sound exciting, but you've got a team, haven't you? You can use it as rewards. You can get yourself some extra retail, or you can give it to your team members that are moving on to help them make more money. It's costing you nothing. But if you hold that gold for a total of 10 out of 13 months, you get a 1,500 quid cash bonus. That's nice, a nice 1,500 quid in your bank. But it doesn't stop there. Cars. This is the where it gets really interesting. Hit bronze, silver, or gold executive distributor for the first time. Hold it for 10 out of 18 months to qualify for a Mini, or you can have £10,000 in cash. Now, how many people have got jobs that will give them a free car or cash? Yes, people get company cars, but it's not theirs to keep, is it? Once they leave that job, it's gone. And if they help those 5 people, they have a choice. As you would have seen, you see the new cars at the conference. I think the Mini was there, wasn't it, at the conference?
Yeah, the Mini last time.
And somebody got the Mini. Yeah, Tracy
Yes.
Harvey. You can have 25 grand.
Didn't they pick the money?
Pardon?
Didn't they pick the money?
They took the money, yeah. You can have an Audi TT, or you can have 25,000. That is a lot of money for somebody. Hit Premier, which is helping 5 of your team get minis. You got 30 grand. Okay. Principal, 50 grand, or a Roadster and 20 grand. Hit Master level, an Audi R8 Coupe or 100 grand. Or Ferrari. I've been told that if you buy the Ferrari, you actually be able to sell it for more than the 150,000 the company will give you. But I don't know. I'll have to get there first and then have that decision, won't we? Okay. And new people can get access to all of that for just 20 or 24 euros. Yeah. So what are we doing wrong? Why are people not are joining us and maybe leaving? This happens to us all. We get a lot of people join us, and we also get a few people leave us. Ask again, why do people leave? It's basically generally because we didn't do our job correctly. That's not in all cases. People contact us for a reason, and that's our job to find out what that reason is when we first talk to them on the phone. And it might be that it's just want pocket money, and that's fine. Okay. We've got to follow the system and use the scripts. This is why I pointed out right at the beginning that it's a brand new workbook that you need to download. You have to be on the ball regards to the 10-step system. And on the scripts, it just says, when you're speaking to somebody, have you got your internet up and running? Great. Just to remind me, what's your current situation? And listen. What's your main reason for responding to the advert? And listen. What kind of income are you looking for? And listen. What was the best thing you could see in the videos? And listen. You build rapport by asking questions and re-clarifying their reason why they'll join you. Because our business can give anybody anything they want if they can see past or see the bigger picture. And that's what our job is to do. And we don't think we all do that. I know I don't sometimes. I can be guilty as the next person. And once they've started, we need to follow the system, get them started properly and fast. This rapport you build in the early days will define how successful you both are. The rules for a success are involve somebody in the business, then expose them to the bigger picture, what they can get, and then upgrade them, get them involved in the business and etc., etc. Get them to events. All right. And that might mean for some of you stepping outside your comfort zone. But people are looking at you to be a mentor when they first join. Okay? Because if you've got everything you ever needed, you'll be happy. If you want things you haven't currently got, it's because you've not stepped out your comfort zone. All right? And that's where the magic happens, outside your comfort zone. So what type of people join us, and can everybody do it? So I'm going to go through a few people you may come across in this business, or people you might speak to. We've got a young lady called Comfy Carol, and she's only got a few hours a week to spare, which is absolutely fine. And she just wants an extra 15 to 20 quid a week. So she can say to the kids, yes, we can go to the pictures. Yes, we can go to McDonald's. All right. And all she's going to do is place either 100 catalogues a week into a neighbourhood or sell £100 online. She's going to get £100 worth of orders. However, she's going to do it. And I'm going to move this over. The results are that she'll have a retail profit of £84. Now, you saw her goal, 15 to 20 quid a week for the kids. Has she achieved it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Then we've got part-time Pete. Okay. Now he's got a few extra hours a week in, and his goal is to get a better car. We can show him how to get a free car. Now his goal is to play, or his plan rather, we worked a plan with him. He's going to play 75 catalogues a day for 4 days a week, or do a £300 a week online. However he does it, he needs £300 worth of orders, whether it be a mixture or whatever else. And his results are he'll have 1,200 quid's worth of sales, and he'll make himself 324 quid. So that is an extra income of £4 grand a year, and it'll give him not only his new car, but it'll also pay for the insurance as well. So he's happy. Then there's Ambitious Annie. Now Ambitious Annie has got, once again, just a few extra hours in. She wants a dishwasher, washing machine, TV, new carpets, nice holiday, packet of fags every day. That's bloody expensive now, aren't they? Okay. And they're going to plan and learn to sponsor. You're going to retail like Part-Time Pete and sponsor 6 comfy carols. All right. So, personal sales of 1,200 quid. You've got 6 comfy carols, which means you've got £2,400 in extra sales, which gives her a total of £3,600. So what does she earn? 684 quid a month. Would 684 quid a month pay for most of those goals that she's got? Yeah. That's an extra income of 8 grand a year. Okay. Then there's Dynamic Dan. That's me in my younger days. And I've slowed down a bit now. Serious part-time. And to be totally honest, we were. You know, really serious part-time. We've got loads of goals, needed a full-time income to pay for them. We're going to learn and retail. So learn to retail and learn to sponsor, rather. We're going to retail like Part-Time Pete. And we're going to sponsor like Ambitious Annie, but we're also going to find another 6 Ambitious Annies. So what do? Well, Dan's got 1,200 quid he does himself. You notice the base point is do some personal retail to show the business works and make yourself the money to actually reinvest in your business. 6 comfy carols will give you 2.5 grand in turnover, but 6 Ambitious Annies will give you 21 grand. That's £25,000 turnover in your business. And an income of 1,700 quid a month. Is there anybody on here tonight where 1,700 quid a month wouldn't make a difference?
It would help.
I'm guessing it would.
Yeah.
Okay. It's 20 grand a year. Now, people work 40 hours a week for 45 years to earn that. Where the boss tells them when they can have time off, what hours they've got to work, blah, 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 blah. You know? And yet there's a better alternative. And yet people join us and then leave. And some people join us and don't see the bigger picture because we don't show them the bigger picture. Now, it's a bit like a menu. If I go to a restaurant and I sit there and I order, rather, if you come to my restaurant and you sat down and you ordered something off the menu, and then all of a sudden you saw somebody else on another table order something that you hadn't got on your menu, you hadn't been offered, but it's looked really nice, would you be...
We just lost Andy.
And it comes back, always forgiven. He's eating in his own restaurant, that's the problem.
The mouse is still moving. Nobody's home.
It's ghosts.
And can't see you or hear ya.
He's muted, that's why.
Oh,
Oh no, not again.
oh, you sound like a chip again.
You're back to the ducks. I've got some breadcrumbs.
Andy, how are you going to speak if you still sound like a chipmunk?
Just look at the pictures.
Well, we could use a motivational background music now.
I could sing, but that'd turn you all off, I think.
No, David, that wouldn't be motivational.
I think you're right, actually.
Andy, we can hear you, but you still sound like a chipmunk.
You need to invest in new equipment, Andy.
Now you've gone off again.
That's what she